Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu was-salamu ala rasulihil kareem wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. Alhamdulillah, we start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our salam on salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah, we are going through the journey of Quran, the journey through the Quran. We started this probably 2 years back almost, and last week, Sunday, we started a brand new surah, Surah Al-Aaraf. The first week of the Surah Al-Aaraf, we talked about the surah, a little bit of summary of the surah, what this surah will talk about. Also, we say that this is the surah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just put it after Surah Al-An'am, which is a pair surah to this. And that's why the message of Surah Al-An'am that we have done previously has a lot of similarities here, but the tone is different, meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving the last warning, you can say. Over there in Surah Al-Alam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them positive invitation to the Islam, to the path of Siratul Mustaqim. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell them what's going to happen if you don't do this, just like it happened with the previous nation. Today we did first 10 ayah last week. Today we're going to do ayah 11 to 25. Although the ayah numbers are a bit more, but it is the story of the Iblis. You all know about the stories. Okay, and as I mentioned before, that this story is mentioned in the Quran 7 times by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in different surahs, starting from Surah Al-Baqarah. In Surah Al-Baqarah, very quickly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala focuses on the topic when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the angels that the conversation between Allah and angels. Allah said, I'm going to make a Khalifa of the world, okay, Khalifa of the earth, and what you think basically. So the angels say, why you going to do this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We always worship you all the time. And they're going to do the fasad in the land. So why you going to create a new creation? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, I know what you don't know. That's what Allah's response was. Then Allah said, he made Adam, and he told him to, he taught him the names of everything in that section of the thing. One thing to understand and ponder about this story, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the same story. It's such a simple story that He created Adam. If you want to tell it in our language, He created Adam, He told all the angels to do sujood, everybody did sujood, and out of respect, out of the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, except for Iblis, and then Iblis get out of the paradise and he became shaitan. That's the story basically. But why this story is 7 times in the Quran? Because this story has so much things to know. This is the first story of creation. The first thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to realize us, and that's why this surah, in most of the 7 times of this story, most of the time is mentioned in Makki surah and Madani surah also, but most of the time in Makki surah. Why? Because before you go into the rules and fiqhs of the Islam, becoming talking about the Salah, the Hajj, and Umrah, you must understand the story, because this is a story of personal development. You should think what is there that is similar to Adam I have inside me from my fathers, and what is inside from shaitan, from the behavior of shaitan, what he did actually here. So that's why Allah mentioned this story a few times. So let's start from here today, inshallah ta'ala. The first thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying here that another thing before I start this, in Surah Al-Baqarah Allah says that I'm going to make a Khalifa of the world. Okay, so Allah already decided that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making Adam to send it to this world. Right? That verse is very clear. But then the story goes like this: when Adam eat the food from the tree, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling him, now you go down. So to us, even to the stories of the Bible and Christian, it is like a punishment. That Allah is telling them, now you have violated my rule of paradise. I've given you only one rule, you violated this, now go to the world. But Allah already knew that He's going to the world. He made him for the world. But because this is why I'm telling this one, this is another explanation. If we read of the book of the Qadr, that how the predestination is Allah fixed. That sometimes we say, no, Allah forced us to do it, Allah is doing everything. Allah know everything, but because of our action, the next thing happens. Either you choose the right thing or the wrong thing. So Allah knew that He's gonna send Adam to the world, but because of that, but He showed us what He did to get that position coming from the paradise to the world. Here also, even the first ayah, there is a thing, Allah saying, we have certainly created you, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَاكُمْ ثُمَّ صَوَّرْنَاكُمْ. So Allah is telling to all of us. And look, there is a problem if you think don't go to the deep of the ayah. So Allah is saying He has created us, all of us, then he have modified us, moduled us, sawarnakum. Then we said to the angels to prostrate Adam. But 1 minute, Allah created Adam first, right? Why he's saying that he created us first and he molded us, then he asked the angel? We are not there, right? This ayah has, there are books written about this ayah, and there's another ayah similar to this in Surah Ali Imran, where Allah said, Inna Allah astafu Adamu wa Nuhu wa Ibrahim wa Ali Imran. Definitely I have choose Adam and the Nuh and Ibrahim, the family of Ibrahim and family of Imran. Okay? So, I understand the choosing of Nuh alayhi salam, because he chose from among the people of Nuh. He chose also the family of Ibrahim. He chose also the family of Ali Imran, the Maryam and Zakaria and all these people. But how can he choose Adam? There's no choice. There's only one person, Adam. But that is a deep discussion. We're not going to go into that. But basically here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what it means basically, the summa, the word summa doesn't mean the then actually. The English translation says then. It means moreover. And it also means that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all the ruh together. So after he made the Adam, he knew that he's going to create all of our ruh. The people who already passed away, people who are coming in the future, in thousands of years after, every ruh has been created at the same time. And we'll come to that ayah later on in this surah that, and Allah took a testimony from all the ruh, okay, in one place. And we, all of us, we said, Kala bala shahidna. Yes, we testify you are our Lord. Yes, we don't remember that. But Allah has taken from the ruh a testimony. Anyway, so let's go through the story very quickly. So Allah is saying, okay, I told angels to prostrate, so they prostrate except for Iblis, and he was not from the one who did prostration. Simple ayah is that. Then Allah said, what prevented you? So he's asking, Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating from that I command you? So what is wrong with you? Why didn't you follow my command? And this question also has another point. This is a picture of the day of judgment. That Allah knows why Iblis doesn't do. Allah is all knower, but still he asks us. Just like he will ask us in the day of judgment, why didn't you do it? I told you to pray 5 times on time. Why you are so lacking about your timing? I told you to read the Quran, follow the Quran. Why didn't you do this? So the questioning will be there, just like it started at the beginning with the Iblis. And then Iblis said, I am better than him. You created me from fire and created him from the clay. So all the main topic of Iblis is, he thinks he is better than Adam. And to be honest, logically, if you think that, he's not wrong. He said, yes, he's better because he's made of clay and I am made of fire. And I've been here for a long time. I've been worshipping you for a long time. I've done so much great things for you. I went to the world and the jinns were fighting. I control everything. And you are just giving a promotion to a new creation, basically. So a new employee comes, you are the boss, and you just say, okay, this is your boss now. And I've been here serving for a long time. So that logic is still valid. But then Allah said, descend from paradise, for it is not for you to be arrogant. So the arrogancy came here, and that is the main problem. Okay? And then, so get out. So Allah saying, get out from here. Indeed, you are the one who is sagirin. The English said debased, sagirin, because Allah used the word kabir. Kibir means the arrogancy. The opposite word is sagir. So Allah will make them humiliated. So you see, if you be arrogant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will make you sagir, meaning very small, and that is the main point of this part. Then Iblis make a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is saying, oh Allah, okay, you have done your judgment. So you have given me punishment that you told me to get out of here, okay? Although the English translation says descend from paradise, but if you read the Arabic, there is no word called Jannah. There's no word called Jannah in there, okay? See, if you know, kala, faqala fahitnu minha. It just says minha, from here. Ha means from here, okay? It doesn't say paradise. So we don't know for sure that this whole incident, this whole event happened in paradise. And the next few ayah, you will see there's another indication of that. So where it happened, we don't know. It could be somewhere near Allah's station, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. It's not right to say that it's happened in paradise. Then he's saying, he's making a dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, kala anzirni ila yawma asun. So Iblis already know that there will be day of judgment. See, Iblis has all the pillar of the iman basically in him. He knows Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he calling him as Rabb. He also admitted that Allah created him, not like the atheists in our time. They said, we don't know there is a creator or not. We just came from the nature and all these things, okay? Iblis has all this knowledge. And he's saying, give me respite, give me chance, give me time till the day of judgment. So he also believed that the day of judgment is coming. And Allah said after that, okay, I will give you time. You are indeed You are so kala inni minal munzirin. So Allah saying, yes, you are from the munzirin, meaning from those people who I given him time. So it's not only Iblis has been given time only. The ayah suggests that he's saying you are one of those who also have given time. You are also munzirin. So who are those other things that get time? The other shayateens. The shayateen that comes with us. As Rasulullah mentioned in a hadith, every baby is born in this world, there is a shaitan named Qareen assigned to him. And they will be with you till you go to the grave. And they are there basically after you passed away. They are not dead actually. They are still alive till the day of judgment. So they are the army of shayateen, as we call in our normal time language. They are the army of shayateen. Then Allah said, and the Iblis is saying, because you have put me in error. Now look, now Iblis is blaming Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's saying it is Allah's fault that he has put him in error. So that is the problem. In a normal decent world, a decent person or a decent man, if you haven't done, if you didn't follow a commandment of someone, you first agree that Allah, I make the mistake. And you will see today at the end of this conversation that what is the difference between Adam and Iblis. So Iblis basically didn't accept that he did something wrong. He is still thinking I am right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not doing the right thing. He is giving more preference to Adam than to him. And that's why he's saying, you put me in error. You made this whole trap. You told me to sujood to this new creation made of clay. So it's not my fault. And then he said, I will surely sit and wait on your straight path. So he's saying in Arabic, he's saying, walaqudanna, meaning, in Arabic language, sit means, like if I say sit down in the chair, it means jalasa. Jalasa means normally you're sitting down. Qu'ud means you sit down for a long time and waiting for attack. So if I say, okay, brother, sit down here for 1 hour until the electricity is coming or something. So you're sitting for 1 hour, that is called qu'ud. So that is the word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses. So Satan says, and where he's going to sit? He's going to sit nowhere. He's going to sit in the Siratul Mustaqim. And he mentioned, this is the your Siratul Mustaqim. So even he knows that there's one path of guidance, that is Siratul Mustaqim. And that's why the path of guidance is so difficult, because Shaitan is always sitting there with his army. And that's why nobody can ever say, okay, I am fully guided. Alhamdulillah, I have finished the Quran, I'm praying 5 times, I am guided. No, you never know which path of Siratul Mustaqim Shaitan is waiting for you. And then he said, then I will come to them from before them, behind them. In Arabic he said, bi aidihim, meaning in front of their hands, meaning from the front. And he will come from the back. I will come from the right, I will come from the left. And scholar, the Mufassirun say, right and left here means Allah could put in the Quran, the Shaitan said, I will come from every side. That cover everything, right? Front, left, back, left, right. But he mentioned this right and left. Why? Why? Right means here, Shaitan can distract you with your good deeds. We always think right side is the good side. Right side, the book of the right side is the good deeds, okay? So Shaitan can destroy you with your good deeds. How? You are doing good prayer in masjid, all these things you're doing for the masjid, and you have the arrogance because of your good deed. Yes, I did it for the masjid. Yes, I created this whole masjid. I bring all these people here. So all these things it looks like you're doing good deeds. I spend thousands of dollars to make this big masala and something. So you became arrogant with your good deeds. So that is from the right side. Not only that, sometimes you read, you get too much of knowledge, and from the knowledge you get distracted. You make your own bid'ah from there. And it happened a lot of time. A lot of scholars in Islam, they are so good scholars, but they go through again and again, and something they create their own Islam from that. They make their own masala, their own fatwa, and that deviated them from the path of the Islam. They created their own thing. So that is from the right side. And from the left side, obviously, with all the negative things, the fascia, all the giba and all these things, they can do it from the left side also. Then Allah said to them, get out from the paradise, re-approach and expel. So you are a rajim from today, and whoever follows you among them, so you are trying to misguide my people, whoever follows you, I will surely fill the hellfire with you and all together. So those people and you both will be in the Jahannam. That's what Allah promised to him. And then we said that then Allah talking to Adam now. So now this is a different situation. Now Allah saying, O Adam, uskun anta wa zawjuka jannata, meaning go dwell you and your wife in paradise. See, as I told you before, if this is happening in paradise, and Allah saying Adam to go to paradise again, that doesn't make sense, right? So we don't know where it happened. That's the most strongest opinion. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala where the whole conversation happened. After this is happened, so Allah told Shaitan to go out of the same place. And then Allah tell Adam to go with his wife to go to the Jannah. And also this there is another proof that we in our childhood we get a story of Adam and Eve, and that's what the Bible believes, that Adam was in the Jannah by himself. He saw everything in pair, like two birds talking together, two deers, everything in two pair. So he feel lonely. So Allah make Eve, the Hawa, just to make a pair. No, Allah already make Hawa before. That's why He's telling, go you and your wife to the paradise. So Allah already made her. Yes, He made her from Adam's loin. That's fine. But Allah saying both of you should go there. Also, this is another thing that Allah is not talking to Hawa directly. He's talking to the member of the head of the house, the head of the family, Adam. Allah could have said, oh Adam and oh Hawa, both of you go to the Jannah. Allah didn't say that way. Allah said, oh Adam, take your wife and then go to Jannah. Okay? But again, then Allah saying the next ayah, when it comes to halal and haram and eating whatnot, the instruction is for both of them. But to settle down as a family in Jannah, the main guy is the Adam, so he's going with Eve and trying to settle down. And then he said, wherever you will but not approach that tree. So Allah saying, wala taqrabu hadhihi sajara. So Allah saying, Allah didn't say don't eat from the tree. He said don't even go near to the tree. And this type of style, that don't even go near, it's everywhere in the Quran. Allah never said in the Quran, do not drink alcohol. Allah didn't say that. Allah said, do not go near to alcohol. Allah never said in the Quran, do not do zina. Allah said, do not go even near zina. Just like Allah said to Adam, do not go near to this tree. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you go near to these things, automatically you will be attracted to those things. So it is best for us not even think to going near to any kind of things. Then he said, the shaitan, the whispered to them and make them apparent to them, which was concealed from them from their private parts. He said, your Lord did not forbid you this tree except that you became angels or became of the immortal. So shaitan give waswasa. The word waswasa is mentioned here, and shaitan is telling that he did not forbid you for this tree. Allah did this. He's trying to give a logic from himself. Allah told you because Allah doesn't want you to get green card of paradise, as it, because the angels are permanent in paradise. So he's saying that I heard already that behind the back he's saying you are not permanent here. Allah will send you out of this paradise. You like this place, right? So if you want to have the permanent residency in paradise, eat from this tree. So he brought his own logic, and that's what shaitan does with us. When we get waswasa from shaitan, he gives a logic that will make sense for the time being. Yes, this sounds fine. Yeah, I can do this one, okay? Yes, I can build this house with the riba, then I will do something else, So we make our own logic. And there's nothing called our own self. Something that comes from our ear, that is waswasa. And waswasa word by itself, in Arabic language, there is something called morphology. Every word has some structure. It's called morphology or balaga. In that way, waswasa means that someone tells you something, and when you look back, that person is not there. That is called waswasa. If someone coming behind you and telling something is still there, that's not waswasa. So he come behind me and he's talking behind me, that's fine. But waswasa means you will listen to him and you look and he's gone. So that is when he's give the idea and he's gone. So he'll let it you to decide. He will just give you the option to choose or not to choose. And then he said, and then he swore to them. He take a qasam of them. Indeed, I am to you from among the sincere advisors. So he's saying to Adam and Eve that I am your sincere advisor. So listen to me, what I'm trying to say. And then Allah said, and so he made them fall from the deception, and obviously, so they did the act they're not supposed to do. And when they tasted the tree, the private parts became apparent to them, and they began to fasten together over themselves from the leaves of the paradise. And their Lord called them, did I not forbid you from the tree and tell you that Shaitan is your clear enemy? Even Allah again asked them that it is there is a question here. Also, one thing that this is different from the Bible, as the Christians seen, even the word Eve, as we call in English Hawa, Eve, the word evil in English comes from the word Eve. Why? Because they think, they believe the originator of all the evil because of our mother Hawa. That's the concept of original sin. But in the Quran, Allah never ever mentioned that. He said, both of you did the crime. That's what Allah is saying. That both of you had committed the crime. You disobeyed me. Not only Adam, not only Eve. Okay. And also, it is a weird belief in some of the Christian people, that our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, when they have monthly cycle, to them it is a punishment from the God. It is a consequence of the original sins. The few days of the month they are going through this suffering because they have committed this. This is completely incorrect. We never ever believe this one, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned very clearly that both of them has done the crime, and Allah told both of them to go out of this. And then they said, Qala. So immediately when Allah was angry with them and Allah told them that you have done something that you not should have done, Adam understand. And he said, Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Look at the difference with Adam. He didn't say, oh Allah, I know. He didn't try to blame Shaitan also. He didn't say, Ya Allah, Shaitan came and he said he is our sincere advisor. He told us, I want to be permanent in the paradise. All this logic, just like we do sometimes, We don't try to take the blame on us. We say, no, this is the reason I did this is the reason. We try to create a lot of excuses, even with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But here, look at this. And this is the dua Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah, that He taught Adam some words. With that word, Allah forgive them. And that is the dua, as you all the famous dua, Rabbana zalamna anfusana. And then Allah said, this saying being one another enemies. So here Allah means that Shaitan and the Adam and Eve will be one another enemies. And for you, the earth is a place of settlement and enjoyment for the time. So now we understand, because Allah already decided He's going to be in the world. So He's sending them here, and then He said, therein you will live, and therein you will die. So this is the place you will live, you will die, and from it we will come back to me again. So this is the place, that's the beginning of the creation. That's how Adam and Eve, they came from the paradise because of this and came to the world, and they followed, and this is how the life is started in this world. And this is why the ayah number 25 finishes the story of Adam and Eve in this surah. Inshallah ta'ala, next week we'll go through some other ayahs that mention and that derive the all the benefits from this story. Jazakallah khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.